University life felt like a never-ending race. Deadlines, lectures, assignments, and barely any time to breathe. My days blurred together, early mornings turning into late nights, and my social life squeezed between study sessions. I was always running, trying to keep up, feeling like I was on a treadmill that only sped up. The pressure to do well was relentless, and I was constantly overwhelmed. Even fun moments with friends felt rushed and tinged with stress. I realized I was just going through the motions, not really enjoying anything. I started longing for calm in the chaos, to feel more present and in control. I noticed other students looked just as tired and stressed as I felt. Was there another way to handle university life without burning out? That's when I stumbled upon the idea of slow living. It sounded like the opposite of my current life, but I was curious. Could I really slow down, even with all my responsibilities? I decided to try a 7-day experiment in slow living, hoping for a change. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I was willing to give it a go. My journey began with a mix of hope and doubt. I wanted to see if slowing down could actually make a difference. Maybe, just maybe, there was a better way to navigate this busy chapter. So I took my first step toward a slower, more intentional week. So what is slow living? It's not about doing everything at a snail's pace. It's about living with intention, choosing how you spend your time and energy. You focus on what truly matters, making conscious decisions instead of rushing on autopilot. Slow living encourages deeper connections with yourself, others, and your surroundings. It's become popular, especially among students overwhelmed by constant pressure to be productive. Burnout is real, and slow living offers a gentle alternative to the hustle. It's about more than just ticking off to-do lists. It's about finding meaning in daily life. Hustle culture glorifies being busy, but slow living questions if doing less but better is more fulfilling. Imagine feeling less stressed, more focused, and actually enjoying your daily activities. Slow living can lead to better sleep, stronger relationships, and a greater sense of contentment. For students drowning in deadlines, these benefits sound like a lifeline. That's why I decided to give it a try, even if just for a week. I wanted to see if these small changes could really make a difference. The idea was simple. Slow down, be present, and see what happens. It felt like a risk worth taking. Slow living isn't about being lazy or unproductive. It's not about abandoning your responsibilities. It's about changing your approach. The heart of slow living is mindfulness, making conscious choices about where your time and energy go. Instead of reacting to every demand, you pause and focus on what's truly important. Being present in each moment, whether studying, eating, or talking to a friend, makes a real difference. This focused attention can actually make you more effective, not less. It's about finding a sustainable pace, not coming to a halt. Balance is key. Work with rest, activity with stillness. Creating space to breathe is crucial for well-being, especially during university. Slow living is about living more deeply, finding meaning in your days. Even with a busy schedule, you can find moments of peace and calm. It's about quality over quantity in all aspects of life. Savoring experiences, appreciating small joys, and being intentional. You don't have to give up ambition, just approach it differently. Slow living is an invitation to live more intentionally, even as a student. It's about making your days richer, not just busier. That's the true heart of it. To guide my week, I focused on a few core principles of slow living. First, intentionality. Doing things on purpose with a clear reason why. This helps filter out unnecessary tasks that drain your energy. Next, mindful presence. Being fully in the moment, not worrying about the past or future. When you're studying, just study. When you're eating, just eat. It sounds simple, but it takes practice and makes even mundane tasks feel special. Then, simplicity. Cutting back on both physical and mental clutter. Simplifying your schedule, belongings, or meals creates space and lightness. Focus on what truly adds value and let go of the rest. Connection is another principle, nurturing meaningful relationships, not just quick texts. Rest and rhythm, honoring your body's need for downtime and establishing routines that support well-being. Getting enough sleep and taking real breaks are essential. These principles work together to create a balanced, joyful life. They're not strict rules but friendly signposts for a calmer way of living. Even as a busy student, these ideas are surprisingly doable. They help me rethink how I approached each day, and they set the stage for my slow living experiment. Day 1 began with a digital detox, limiting screen time and turning off non-essential notifications. At first, it felt strange and uncomfortable. I kept reaching for my phone out of habit, but the quiet that followed was refreshing, and my mind felt less scattered. I noticed things around me I'd ignored before, like sunlight and outdoor sounds. Even a few hours without constant pings felt like a victory for presence. On day 2, I created mindful mornings by waking up 15 minutes earlier and leaving my phone across the room. I started my day with deep breaths and a slow cup of tea, no screens. This small change set a calmer tone for the day. I felt more centered before the university rush began. Instead of reacting to emails or social media, I created a peaceful moment for myself. It made me feel more prepared to handle stress. The impact on my mood was immediate. I felt less reactive and more grounded. These tiny shifts made a big difference in how I experienced each day. It was proof that slowing down, even briefly, could change everything. And it motivated me to keep going. Day 3 was all about eating without screens, no phone, no laptop, just me and my food. I actually tasted my meals, noticed textures and flavors, and felt more satisfied. Eating became a real break, not just a quick refuel. I ate more slowly and felt content with less. On day 4, I focused on taking real breaks, stepping away from screens entirely. Instead of switching from one digital task to another, I stretched, walked, or simply looked out the window. These short, intentional pauses were far more refreshing than scrolling social media. I returned to my studies with a clearer head and better focus. True rest, I realized, isn't about more stimulation. It's about quiet stillness. These small acts of mindfulness made my days feel lighter. I was less tired and more able to concentrate. It was a simple shift, but the benefits were immediate. I started to crave these moments of stillness. They became the highlights of my day, and they showed me how easy it is to find joy in slowing down. Day 5, I planned simple meals, easy recipes, fewer decisions, less stress. This freed up mental energy for other things. On day 6, I made time for a deep conversation with a friend. No phones, just real talk. We shared worries and joys, and it felt so much more meaningful than rushed updates. That one conversation nourished my soul and strengthened our friendship. It reminded me how important genuine connection is, especially during busy times. On day 7, I focused on relaxing evenings, no late-night studying or endless scrolling. I put away my devices, dimmed the lights, and read a book before bed. This simple wind-down routine helped me sleep better and feel more rested. Creating space for calm at the end of the day made a huge difference. I realized how much I'd been missing by always being on. These small changes brought more peace and connection into my week. They made university life feel less overwhelming. And they proved that slowing down doesn't mean missing out, it means experiencing more. I ended the week feeling lighter and more present. After 7 days, I was surprised by how much had shifted. The constant buzz of anxiety was quieter, and I didn't feel the need to rush through everything. Deadlines and assignments were still there, but I felt calmer and more in control. My anxiety levels dropped, and my focus improved. Digital detox moments gave my mind space to breathe. Mindful mornings set a peaceful tone, leading to better concentration. I found it easier to focus on one task at a time and was less distracted. My sleep improved dramatically. Relaxing evenings made it easier to fall asleep and wake up rested. Better sleep boosted my energy and resilience during the day. I handled stress more effectively and felt less overwhelmed. My relationships deepened. Meaningful conversations made me feel more connected. Being present brought clarity about what mattered most. Even mundane parts of university life felt richer and more enjoyable. I was experiencing my days, not just surviving them. Slow living made my student life feel more fulfilling. 1 week of slow living didn't solve all my student problems. University is still demanding, but it showed me a kinder, more sustainable way to handle the pressure. Slow living isn't a magic fix, but it's a powerful shift in perspective. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small. Try a screen-free meal, a mindful morning, or a real conversation with a friend. Pick 1 or 2 things that resonate and see how they feel. The goal isn't to be the slowest student, but to enjoy university more. Slow living helps you create pockets of peace and manage stress better. It lets you appreciate the journey, not just the destination. It brings more joy and presence into everyday student life. Ultimately, slow living is personal. Find your own rhythm. Make choices that support your well-being and make student life more enjoyable. Give it a try. You have nothing to lose and a more peaceful, focused experience to gain. It's a gentle invitation to slow down and savor this unique time. Even small changes can make a big difference. You might be surprised by how much better you feel. Slow living isn't about doing less, it's about living more. Why not start today? If this video gave you a moment to breathe or reflect, hit the like button so others can find it too. And if you are ready to live with more balance, subscribe to Undergrad Ally for weekly tips on how to survive and actually enjoy university life. Comment below. What's one slow living habit you're going to try this week? I'll be reading and replying to your comments. See you in the next video.